What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another live stream. And today we have a special guest. It is Viv from the Hey Viv YouTube channel. How are you?
Good. Hi, guys. Hello. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to have you. We've been, I think I gave you a shout out a while back. And then I think I talked to you about maybe coming onto the channel. What was that, about a month, two ago, something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, and I've always liked your channel. I thought you did some good stuff over there. It was always showing up in my my news feed on YouTube, and so I'm happy to have you here. You know, we're going to talk about the Resistance trailer. We're going to talk about the Kelly Marie Tran. Hang on, let me turn. I've got my volume turned up. I forgot the one thing I forgot. You know, I was doing all that prep work, and then there we go. All right. But we're going to talk about the Kelly Marie Tran comments. We're going to talk about the Resistance trailer. We're going to take your questions. And but first things first, we're going to talk a little bit about Viv. So how long have you been on YouTube? How long, you know, like how did you really start getting a following, and what's the goal of your channel? So let us know.
Okay, so hi, everybody. My name is Vivian. I started on YouTube actually in January, and it was mostly because I was very frustrated with The Last Jedi. And I think a lot of people has kind of the similar story for some reason. I've always had a YouTube channel where I always posted like short documentaries or stuff that I've done in school. You know, I went to film school, but I never really did anything like posting serials or really decided to be a YouTuber until I actually posted my review on The Last Jedi, and it kind of blew up. I got like 27,000 views, and a lot of people were asking me to do more. And I said, okay, I could talk about this because my frustration was so big that after I saw the movie in December, I didn't want to talk about it. Like, it took me a while to even digest what was going on with my beloved franchise. So then I find, you know what, I just sat down and I'm going to put my thoughts together, and I put out a 30-minute rant complaining of the stuff that I just think The Last Jedi failed miserably. And that's pretty much how it started. And then after that, you know, I love movies. I did go to film school, you know, so my channel is mostly talking about entertainment, movie reviews, you know, things like that. All movies, TV shows, lots of Star Wars.
Well, and that's the story that a lot of people, you know, a lot of people decided to turn to YouTube and air their frustrations out about The Last Jedi. And at the time, I mean, I remember when I was, you know, I first saw the movie and I was like, you know, like there's something wrong with me. I know I like this movie. There's just, you know, my expectations have me messed up, you know, so I was forcing myself to look past a lot of things. No Star Wars fan went into this movie wanting to hate it. We all wanted to love it. And so when I decided to speak out against it, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of, you know, if I'm getting a lot of criticism here. I'm not sure, you know, because of my feelings for what they were doing with the franchise and how they were trying to push a lot of social justice themes into it and things like that to compromise the story. I didn't know what was going to happen. So I think a lot of people can relate to you too, with you, you know, deciding like, I'm frustrated and I'm going to tell people about it, you know, and that's where I started seeing your videos was, you know, just showing up in my feed of your frustration with The Last Jedi, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I mean, after I watched the film, it took me like a week, and I was like, what did I do? I was like, do I really hate this? And then I started to have a feeling. I was like, I really don't like this movie. And I agree with you when you said, it is so true, like true fans, you never go to a Star Wars film trying to hate it. You know, we're the ones spending money in toys. We're the ones, you know, buying lightsabers and talking about it. Why would we hate on something so much? It's because we actually care and we just wanted to go forward and do better, okay? And also we had received a promise from Kathleen Kennedy, right? That she was going to respect George Lucas's legacy. And that actually did not happen. So yeah, the frustration is real.
Yeah, and so I see everybody, you know, everybody's very happy to see Viv over here. I tell you what, you know, and you guys know how I operate here. You know, I see how the community's reacting. How would you guys feel if I sent her a Geeks and Gamers shirt and she was making a weekly video here on the channel? I bet you would all love that, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? And I'm going to wait for them to respond, but I can already see you smiling. And we didn't talk about that prior, so I don't even know if she would be interested. So
someone wrote in Portuguese on the chat there. Viv is here in Portuguese.
Nice. Let me get a couple of these super chats. And yeah, so now the comments are coming in. Yeah, everybody would be happy to see you on here. So you and I can talk about that after the show, see if you're interested. Our Star Wars for Life from San Diego, one of our big supporters. SJW stands for Soy Jealous Wimps. I like it. I like it. So Soy Jealous Wimps. Nicholas Glenn says, hey, Viv, you are amazing and gorgeous. So there's your first compliment. I told you were going to get a lot of compliments. So.
Your compliments are welcome.
Martel, so thank you so much for the major super chat. You're always incredibly supportive of us, and I can't thank you enough. So yeah, just thank you for the support, and you know, I have your back. So Odin's movie blog, I'm sure you know Odin. Have you seen Odin? And he says, hey Viv, keep on rocking and rolling. Yeah. So Odin's one of our content creators here on Geeks and Gamers, and he's doing an awesome job over on his channel. Plus, he was mentioned in the iDubbbz video along with me, or at least his video was shown in the iDubbbz video along with me. So I'm sure he was just as shocked as I was. GR People, hey Jeremy, when are you writing a comic book? You know, with the whole thing that happened with Jeff's Kickstarter, or I mean his Indiegogo, and obviously Ethan had his amazing record-setting Indiegogo. Everybody's like, when's Jeremy going to do something? And I'm not an artist, you know. I'm not a, you know, I'm not a writer. I have a business, you know, Geeks and Gamers. We have a lot of things that we're trying to create with Geeks and Gamers. So if I was to do anything, I would have to look and see if it's something we could do with Geeks and Gamers. Obviously, there's a lot of things we want to do with an app, a lot of different things that we're looking to do in the future. So that's on the discussion table for down the road. So, but I thank you for everybody that's interested in that. Okay, so Vivian, let's talk about something. Let's talk about the Resistance trailer. Now, I know Ivan just released his recut of it. I haven't seen it yet. I did retweet it. So last night on the council, we were talking about it, and I think initially Ivan said he couldn't do anything with it. He's like, I can't do anything with this. But then he heard us talking about it, and he decided, you know what, I've got to figure this out. So what did you think of the infamous Resistance trailer?
It was shockingly bad. I was like, is there anything that could be even worse than The Last Jedi? Well, we just got it. The Resistance trailer, it was just horrible. It was terrible. And obviously they're using an excuse, oh, it's for little kids. I mean, whatever, okay? Little kids still have a brain. That is terrible.
Yeah, and the thing is if I'm not mistaken, and if anybody can correct me, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be part of canon. And if it's part of canon, then it's for everybody. That means it's tied into the Star Wars universe. So if it's a canon show, then you can't fall back on the excuse that it's just for kids. And also 10 p.m. at night on a Sunday. I mean, I'm a parent, and during the school year, my kid's not going to stay up past 10 o'clock to watch a mediocre cartoon. I don't, you know, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And so they always have excuses, but I made a video today talking about it, and we talked about it right before the show started, but that video has over 50,000 dislikes to only like 9,000 upvotes. They can't hide from it anymore. They can't do it.
Yeah, and it's funny how Dave Filoni just say, I'm actually not completely involved in this. You know? So he was very smart, you know. I think he knew that thing was just, and obviously a lot of us know that the animations, all of this, it kind of expands a little bit more, you know, like you look at the Clone Wars. So obviously if this is going to be part of canon and that's what they're giving us, come on, they should be doing a little bit better.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Let me get a couple of these super chats real quick. Odin's movie blog says iDubbbz led my students to finding me. Oh, that's funny. Wait, we get a shirt? Yes, Odin, we do. Since I'm coming over to New Orleans very soon, I was planning on bringing you one, but I can definitely mail you one. So just remind me. You know, I have a lot going on and I forget a lot of stuff. So, but yes, you definitely get a shirt if you're creating content for the channel. John Matrix, hey Viv, I love your videos. I heard your stance on Terminator 6 and I agree. Please give us another reaction to that pick here. All right, so let's talk about Terminator 6 real quick. I have not seen your video on that, but I would love to hear your thoughts on the what a lot of people are calling LGBT 1000. So what are your thoughts on it?
Well, first, I love Terminator, the franchise. You know, obviously, I love Terminator, the original, and Terminator 2. And when I heard they're gonna make a new one, they're gonna forget about the other ones, I was like, oh my God. And then Sarah Connor is gonna come back, and then Arnold, and everything was just getting better. And I was like, you know, I was super excited. And then we get that release photo, okay? And I was like, what the hell is this? First of all, that photo, it looks very bad, you know, it looks like a photoshopped, low budget TV show, okay? And that's where I got a little bit worried, because I'm excited to see you know, we always knew that Sarah Connor has been this iconic character, okay? I've always looked at her and said, wow, this woman really rocks. And she had a progression. Like if you watch the original Terminator, she was so scared, you know, she was learning all these things that she was supposed to do. And then when you get by the second film, she completely had this progression where she had to, you know, learn how to fight in order to protect her son. So obviously, taking what happens nowadays with Hollywood, what is this movie going to give us? Is this going to be, they're going to be worried about representation and forget about the story? So yes, I'm very worried. However, we do know Arnold is back. We do know James Cameron is back. So I'm not completely losing hope. But yes, the photo is a little bit worried, because it makes me worried, because we also did not hear about anyone being cast for John Connor, only like a little kid. So what are they going to do? Are they going to kill him off? He's always been a very important piece in the Terminator films. So yeah, if they go in the same route, and if they do like The Last Jedi, we're going to bring all these new characters and forget about the old, and it's just, I don't know. So yes, I'm very worried, especially because I really love Terminator. Yeah,
I'm sure everyone saw. Did you see my reaction to that picture?
Yes, I did.
And when I made that video, I swear I sat down with the intent to talk about it. And that was truly my reaction. I was like, can't even think of anything to say. This is so bad. Like, I don't, and you and I were talking before we went live, but it's like, when are they going to get it? When are they going to get it? Because I mean, now spoiler alert for Disney and Lucasfilm and all the woke box people out there. I might be mistaken. I am from Alabama and I can't read properly sometimes. Okay. But Vivian is not she's not a white male. If I'm not mistaken, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and you're not an alt-righter, pretty sure, right? You're not from the alt-right.
No.
You're not running around New York wearing your Make America Great Again hat, I'm sure. So
no.
But how do you feel about how Disney and a lot of these companies continue to try to pander to non-white males and try to say, oh, we're trying to get more representation in these stories? Do you care at all, or do you just want a good story? How do you look at that whole situation?
Well, as a film lover myself, all I want are good films and films that make sense. And obviously, I don't care about this representation. Okay, if you want to bring it, fine. It's not wrong, but at least do it right. You're going to bring these characters and just make them stupid. And then if people don't like it, you call them racist and you call them sexist and you call them, you know, I'm sorry, but no, I don't feel, I feel that today, nowadays, they're more worried about representation than they are worried about giving us good content or giving us a good film, you know, or even like especially with movies that, like, let's take The Last Jedi, for instance. It's a continuation. This is a franchise that has been around for 40 years. I mean, seriously, you're just gonna like ruin everything that everyone always knew about Star Wars and just expect people to accept it? No, I don't care about representation. I don't care about any of that. I just want a good movie.
Yes, exactly. And I said this so many times, like and now they're starting to use their kids for arguments, like the whole Battlefield 5 executive. He was like, oh, my daughter talking about Fortnite and why she can't play as a girl in Battlefield. Like the kids don't think like that. They just don't. Like kids just want to play video games. You know, I talked to my daughter about it the other day, and I asked her, she goes, huh? She goes, why would any, like, when I play Mario, I don't care. I just want to play with Yoshi because Yoshi's awesome. Like, I don't care if Yoshi's my demographic or whatever. And I'm like, that's exactly, you know, normal people don't think about these things. Normal people have jobs and lives and bills and everyday stresses in life. And they want to go to the movies or play a video game to get away from the day-to-day grind of their everyday life. You know, they don't worry about the gender breakdown or the racial breakdown of the characters. They want good stories. They want to be entertained, and they want to be inspired.
Yes, when I was a kid, I used to play all sorts of characters, you know, and I didn't really care. You know, you're absolutely right. Kids, these are just excuses of people that are trying to put a Band-Aid of something that they're doing wrong. And you know that then when this stuff, it's, you know, not going the way that they are expecting to go, then come the excuses, you know, and one of that, oh, it's for kid, oh, it's blah, 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 oh, blah, 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 or the world is so sexist. I mean, shut up already, you know.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let me see where we're at here. Let's see. Anubis Network says, showed that Battlefield 5 trailer to my 93-year-old grandfather. He laughed. I remember her. We shot her with our Flak 8.8. Greetings from Germany. Good stuff. Jonathan M. Racism online. When are SJWs going to complain about quote-unquote white thoughts by HBO with John Hamm? Have you seen it yet, Jay? You must watch it ASAP. Infuriating. I have not even heard about that. And I like John Hamm. I didn't even know about that. I'll have to look into that. I wasn't familiar with that. So, old Basil, I saw you commenting this like crazy. So Black Anaconda activated. Good Lord. Lord Revan. Hey, Viv, you rock, as do you, Jeremy. May the force be with you. So make sure you guys are subscribed. I keep dropping links to Hey Viv's channel. I think, how many subscribers are you at? You're like 3,000?
I think, yeah, a little over 3,000.
Okay, so let's make a push to get her to at least 5,000, at least by the time this entire live stream makes its run and after it uploads. I would love to get her over 5K. She deserves it. She does great work over on her channel. Obviously, you see she has very strong and informed opinions, and she's definitely not a shill, that's for sure. She's someone that thinks for herself. And you know that's what we love here at the Geeks and Gamers community. So Mike Mooney says, keep doing what you're doing, Jeremy. Cheers. Thank you so much. Nicholas Glenn, hey Viv, are you a gamer? And if so, what do you play? We were just talking about this before we went live. So you gave a good answer though, so go ahead.
Well, I'm not, I cannot tell you that I'm a big gamer, but I do play video games, but mostly like I like fight video games. I like Mortal Kombat. It's one of my favorites. For some reason, I'm obsessed with Mortal Kombat. I also like speed, you know, cars and things like that. So I love Need for Speed. And I love Mario Bros, but that's kind of it. I mean, I still play, I'll always explore, but I cannot tell you, yes, I'm a gamer. I play all of these different things, but no, yeah, I enjoy video games.
Well, yeah, you told me before the show, so you're from Brazil, correct?
Correct. And I grew up with two brothers. And when I'm around them, I play a lot of video games because that's where we have a lot of fun. But yes, but now that I'm here, I don't know. I played, but not as much, you know, especially, I don't know.
Well, now, so, and I didn't ask you this prior to the show. I did ask you if it was okay if I asked you about this. So, how long, so you're from Brazil. When did you move you're in New York, correct?
Yes, I'm in New York. I've been here for like about 8 years. So
okay.
So I've been here going to school, you know, I got my degree, and now I'm going for my master's. So yeah, I've been in New York for around a couple of years still, I believe.
So, so informed about Star Wars, against SJWs, going to school for your master's, from Brazil. I would say you're a badass. So, yeah, so I think everybody. So we just got to get you playing some more video games. I'm going to break you in on some Mario Kart.
Okay, cool.
Mario Kart with a K. Yeah, Mario Kart with a K, everybody. Okay, stop. Don't even bring that Mario Kart with a C nonsense into this chat. It's disrespectful. Proper Jeremy will not accept that. Actually, proper Jeremy might like it because it upsets regular Jeremy. So, all right. Memphis Dale just wanted to say, what up, Jeremy? Take it easy. Memphis Dale, always a supporter. You've been here from the early days, man. So I appreciate that. Star Wars for Life. Vivian, enjoy your videos. You're so passionate. Keep it real.
Thank you.
Definitely. Let's see. Jeff Bartlett said, I just got here. Do I need to unsub? You unsub from me every day. Every day you unsub and then you resub and then you threaten me to unsub. And sometimes you threaten to unsub when you forgot that you didn't resub. So your threats are almost pointless now, Jeff. And now the Mario Kart with a C is all coming through the chat. So now let's talk about this Kelly Marie Tran situation. So you're all familiar with what happened. I released a video on it. I talked about it. I just was really vague in terms of discussing what was said, because ultimately all of the media misrepresented what she was trying to say so they could build their narrative around it, which is not shocking. This is what they always do. And yeah, I looked at it and I just said, look, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what demographic. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your financial status. Everybody kind of gets grief online. Now, there's different levels. And as I've said, as I run Geeks and Gamers, we have, female content creators. I see some of the things people say. I'm privy to all that information. I see some of the things that people say about some of the female content creators. I understand that there's some bad things that get said. I get bad things said to me all the time too. And whether it's people on the outside like to look at situations and go, oh, that's worse than what this person got. It's all up to the individual. When you're told to go kill yourself and your family gets threatened, it doesn't really matter what anybody else, what someone else gets, what type of harassment they get. That sucks. So we all get harassment in some form. And my whole point was, it's up to individuals to just overcome it. It doesn't justify how people act online. But if we're going to address the harassment situation, we should address it all together and not try to paint narratives around certain situations. So, but I haven't heard your thoughts on it, Vivian, so I would love to hear your thoughts on this.
Well, in the whole Kelly Marie situation, okay, my stand on bullying doesn't change. Just like you said, it doesn't, like, one thing, this is what I never get. Like, people are actually going there and giving these horrible comments. I mean, that's not even like a mature way to complain about something that you don't think is going right. Like, what does the actor even have anything to do with the character that she plays? The same thing that happened to Ahmed, right? With the, what's the?
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar, I know.
Yeah.
So these people are, I mean, imagine you landing a job on Star Wars. I mean, you could ask me to do whatever, I would do it, okay? This is a possibility to change your life. So yes, I think that maybe she did get bullied. I don't think that didn't happen. However, obviously, this is something that the media is always going to use to say that the fans are horrible. And that's one of the things that raged me the most, not only long ago, we have so many articles saying that the fans are so racist. Look how horrible the fans are, as if the entire fandom are there together attacking this woman. And it's just not fair, okay? And remember that, I don't know, there was an account popping up that was even, I think, mentioning your name. Saying we were the ones that did the bullying and blah, 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 blah. And they had like 40 followers. I mean, These are the people that they are saying, how they can be comparing us to these kind of people, and how could they think that these 40 people, like 40 followers, can have an impact on the entire fandom of Star Wars? They're so massive and big. So come on. I mean, obviously, she also talked on her essay about the representation in general, how Hollywood, and that's so true, I mean, you look at The Last Jedi, she didn't have, her role was not the best, okay? No matter the situation that people are complaining right now, they're still not going to change the character Rose Tico. The character Rose Tico sucks. It's a horrible character, okay? She was whining the whole time, and she was just blah, 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 blah. I was like, man, what the hell is going on? I was annoyed for 30 minutes on that stupid casino story. Like, what the hell was that? And then if people don't like the character, we are bullying her? I mean, come on.
Yep. Yeah, it's very frustrating, and so let me get a couple of comments here. So Rube Dog says that the UK people keep getting ignored, and I'm not ignoring you. We actually have someone in the UK that works with geeksandgamers.com, and that is Caroline Precious, who runs the Geeks and Gamers Facebook like page. So any of you that have messaged that page before, you've interacted with her, and she's actually in the UK. At one point, we did have a UK team, but we had a few people that just got too busy, and they couldn't really dedicate the time. So UK people are not ignored. We don't ignore anybody. See, that's why I'm reading your comments, just to let you know I see you. The Rant says, Jeremy, Transformers or Power Rangers? Easily Transformers. I missed the Power Rangers deal. I think that was probably a point in time where I was I don't know, maybe I was a teenager, maybe late teens. I'm an old man, so but I was really into sports at that particular point in time. But I was a Transformers kid, G.I. Joe, Silverhawks, all that good stuff. I'm old enough to remember all that. I got to catch up here. Okay, so Star Wars for Life says Mario Kart with 3 C's and an LOL. But since Star Wars for Life is so supportive, I'm gonna give her a pass. So Reed Palantia says, great to see another live chat. Keeps it interesting, especially with your guests. We do have awesome guests. I'm really happy to have Vivian on here today. And I think this will be the first of many times you will see her, as long as she's interested. And I think she is. So, and let's see, Jeff the Iron Wolf says Mario CART with and then Viv dubbed Semper Fi. So now you're you're part of the Geeks and Gamers community now, Vivian. So you're just gonna have to deal with this nonsense. So
okay.
They don't know what's going on. They just like to troll me. It's not as bad as EVS gets it, but it's still not fun all the time. It's really, it hurts my feelings. It doesn't really. I'm just messing with them. So, did you watch Power Rangers back when it was on PBS? It started to air after VR Troopers was canceled. No, I didn't watch Power Rangers. That's what I was saying. My only real knowledge of Power Rangers, I did watch that most recent movie, and I liked it. It was fine, but I don't know if I was liking it because I don't understand Power Rangers. Did you watch that latest Power Rangers movie, Vivian, a few years ago?
Which I think I did.
Yeah,
it's forgettable. That's why I cannot even remember.
Yeah, I liked it. It was fine, but I don't know how Power Ranger fans felt about it. But like I said, I'm not a Power Rangers person. I never watched it. It was never my thing. I missed that entire Power Rangers boom when I was growing up. So Steve Young says, Jeremy, you're the voice of true Star Wars fans. You do us all very proud. Viv, you are just an outstanding person and very much a spokesperson for the true Star Wars fan. Big respect.
Oh, thank you.
That's very cool. Thank you so much. All right. Let me get caught up here again. Jeremy, play some Mario Kart 64. That's Obi-Wan 27883. So he spells it MAUREO CAURT. Kart. And you guys wonder why I can't get anything right when I'm trying to spell things, because you guys intentionally misspell stuff, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm from Alabama. It's already a struggle for me as it is, but you're just making it harder. That's fine. And this, I can't read this guy's name. It's Jeffed. So Jeffed Locos. Sup, Jeremy? What is Viv's YouTube channel? I'm going to drop a link right now. I've been dropping the link all stream. So boom, right there from the Geeks and Gamers channel. I just dropped it. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead might go to Disney World in December and see the Patriots Dolphins in Miami. Care to join, Jeremy? I definitely plan on going to Disney World in December. Because I want to go for the Christmas decorations. I've never really been. That's the one time of year I've never been to Disney World, just because I'm always busy. So I would love to go, and then I would love to go see the Patriots whoop the Dolphins' ass in Miami. So, but we're gonna shy away from sports talk, guys. That's for Sports Wars. I told Vivian when we started, I had my Alabama hoodie on, and I told her, I said, I've got to change, because they're going to get all on me if I'm wearing my Alabama hoodie. But now, have you ever visited any theme parks?
Yes, I've visited them all, mostly like in Disney World. I have not been to Disneyland yet, but I love the parks. I think they're a lot of fun. My favorite, I think, is the Hollywood Studios, because, again, I love movies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're a lot of fun. I love Disney. I try to go once a year when I can. This year I haven't gone yet. I didn't actually. Last year I did go, maybe beginning of the year. Yes, I think Disney parks are great.
It's the best. Disney World's the best place ever. I'm not gonna start talking about it because then they'll start calling me a soy boy because I'll get all giddy and stuff. So, all right. R. Kelly says, "Hey Viv, oh boy, this is gonna be an interesting right here. This is gonna find out if me and Vivian are gonna continue to get along or not." Hey Viv, who's your Batman?
Who is my Batman? Okay, can I go with Michael Keaton?
Oh man, it's Christian Bale, but R. Kelly's gonna be happy, and a lot of my followers are gonna be happy because there's this constant debate that Michael Keaton versus Christian Bale, and I'm a Bale guy, but I love Michael Keaton. So
yeah, I think there are two different Batmans too. You know, like if you go also directed by two completely different directors, but maybe it's because I liked that kind of movie a little bit more. I don't know. I actually like them both because they're so distinct. But yeah.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
That your Batman sucks. I'm never gonna do that because I have the movie. I have The Dark Knight. See, it's on my collection. So
nice.
I love it. Yeah, I love. I think that was an incredible film. So great job. But yeah, I love Michael Keaton. I don't know why.
Well, R. Kelly's sending you hearts for your answer, so I knew he would be happy. So people are just There's now the Batman debate is going crazy in the chat. So let me see where we at here. Okay, so DV Makes Do says Star Wars has become. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. In my opinion, Jeremy, I'm not even going to pronounce that word because you're just intentionally trying to put medical terms that are 18 letters long just so I can misspell it. So, but I'm just going to assume you said Star Wars has become garbage, in my opinion, Jeremy. So, and I agree with you. Basil, Christian Bale for the win. Keaton is Ginger Batman. Yes. Yes. And guys, I've been dropping the link to her channel, so I will keep dropping the link. So just, like I said, I definitely want you to continue to subscribe to her channel. Kevin Conroy is the one and only Batman, says Mark C. And I think Conroy's great, but it's you're comparing apples to oranges at that point. I mean, you definitely have to look at live action. I mean, nobody's going to debate that Conroy is the voice of Batman. I don't think anybody's going to debate that. So, and there was another one I wanted to tackle. Okay, now, did you, and this is a good question because I have not seen Solo yet, Vivian. I'm not sure if I'm going to. Did you watch Solo?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay. What were your thoughts on Solo?
I did not watch alone, and I was bored, and so was my friend. So I could tell that, and so was the audience. But yeah, I didn't enjoy Solo for a couple of specific reasons. I didn't think that the movie was completely about Solo. It didn't teach us anything from that we needed to know about Solo. And it was more to do about other characters, and it was just like it was a pointless film. And yeah, I didn't really enjoy the film.
Yeah, I'm still debating if I'm going to watch it. I think at some point I'm going to have to do like a watch through for the High Council. But I was telling people, like, I don't even want to see it because I don't want it to be part of my personal canon in my head. You know what I mean? I don't want to know anything that exists in that movie because it's such a bad decision to try to recast Han Solo at that particular point in his life. It's just such a bad decision. Like, it's truly one of the most iconic roles in film history, Harrison Ford's portrayal of Han Solo. And to try and recast that with a mediocre actor, it was dead on arrival. It was never going to be a success. And I just don't understand it.
Yeah, the movie has some good visual effects, just like The Last Jedi. But again, you're right. Like that guy is not Han Solo. I'm sorry. Like I was watching, I was like, that's not Han Solo. So even though he wasn't the worst thing in the film, it was again more to do with the execution and more to do with the fact I was expecting this to be an adventure of Chewie and Han, and we didn't get any of that. They were building around these all new characters, not giving them proper arcs. Same story, same mode. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, but have you been following the scores? A lot of people actually enjoyed the film, as far as the Rotten Tomato score goes, it's not near like the as low as The Last Jedi.
Yeah. I did say that it was definitely better received than The Last Jedi. I don't think it was received as well as Rogue One or The Force Awakens. And of course, at the time, I know you guys are going to start on me. I know The Force Awakens has soured over the course of time, but if you look at the numbers, The Force Awakens was positively received. Rogue One was positively received. I didn't like Rogue One as much as everyone else, but looking at the numbers, it did seem like once people got over the fact that they were so unhappy with Lucasfilm and their direction and their decisions, and to even have this film be a thing, it seemed like people didn't hate Solo. It seemed like they liked it. It seemed like they didn't love it, but it seemed like they liked it. That's the kind of the feeling I got from it. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to wind up watching it though, unfortunately. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
You should sometime watch it because, you know, give your point of view. I'd be interested to see what you think about it. I actually did enjoy it. I thought that was a bit boring, maybe because of expecting something else. But again, if you look back at the success of Rogue One and The Force Awakens, it completely disproves the fact that people don't like women and the diversity, because Rogue One has a diverse cast, right? There was like a Hispanic guy, there was like an Asian guy, right? There was a woman in the leading role, and the movie was successful. So why wasn't The Last Jedi?
Yeah, exactly. It's just so dumb. I mean, and that nobody, generally speaking, has a problem with diversity. Nobody has a problem with women or minorities or anything like that. It's not about that, and that's what they just. I think they understand it. They just don't want to acknowledge it. It's that they keep getting held accountable for their bad decision making, and they think if we put a woman or a minority in the role, we don't have to worry about writing it good because we're filling our diversity quota. That's not how it works. It's just not. You know, if I could bring Vivian on this channel, and you know what, she can be pretty and whatever, but if she don't know what she's talking about, nobody's going to care. After 5 minutes, the reason you're on this channel is because you know what you're talking about. You have knowledge, you have passion, you have interest. You know, it's not about you being a female or where you're from or whatever. It's about your knowledge. And that's what the pandering that they continue to do is they just look at it and go, oh, if we just put the right diverse characters in here, that's all we need to worry about. No, you need properly written characters with substance that's going to engage the audience and further the story. And if you don't have that, then it's going to be a problem. And then the fans are going to sit there and look at that and go, why are you just shoehorning characters in here and not properly writing them and then compromising the integrity of the story? And then when the fans say that, oh, well, you're just racist because you don't like women. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
Sometimes I could yell at someone's face. I said, are you serious? Are you serious? I mean, do some sort of research. Do some sort of research. People have been saying, find a video, find someone that with a substantial amount of followers that has been saying this kind of stuff that you have been preaching about. But no, it's nowhere to be found. So yeah. This is the kind of stuff that makes me really, really mad.
Yep. And if you're having, I saw somebody said they were having lag. If you're having lag, just hit refresh. That's what a lot of people have been saying. But I mean, I'm watching on my end right now, and I'm not. Let's see. I'm not seeing any lag. So let me know if you guys are having any issues. Okay, super chats. Halsey says, hi, new person. Welcome to the community. Well, that new person is Vivian from Hey Viv. I continue to drop the link to her channel. You guys definitely subscribe. Well, how many uploads do you do a week on average?
3 to 4. If I have, I've tried to do 3 to 4, but I don't upload every day.
Okay. And so, well, you're busy. You've got school and everything going on. So, but yeah, definitely check out her channel and, you know, let's get her to 5K. That would be awesome. Comrade Commodore says stuck in traffic. Oh man, I hate to hear that, but thank you for the super chat and thank you for the support as always. Let's see. DV makes do. Just messing with you. I'm not even sure I used that word correctly. Definitely will be checking out Viv's channel. Thank you. So when's your scheduled when you have another upload scheduled, Vivian?
I was thinking to do one tomorrow, and I might do another live tonight because some people wanted me to be talking about the Resistance, which I didn't put out a video yet.
Okay.
So
So let me know in the chat if you want to see Vivian go live tonight on her channel, and how many of you would tune in. I promise you, if you guys tell her you're excited to see her, she'll go live. So, so we'll see once the chat catches up. Okay. AJ Goes Films. Hello all. Hope all is well. Christian Bale is the Batman I love. Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger are my Jokers. The Dark Knight trilogy was epic. Home run comment right there for you, AJ. Home run. Because I was thinking Vivian was really awesome, and then she said Michael Keaton over Christian Bale. I was like, I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Reed Palantia says, I think The Force Awakens was given more leeway because it being the first Star Wars movie in years. We were willing to overlook its shortcomings for the next two movies. We were willing to wait and see. That's and yeah, definitely a lot of people are excited to see you go live tonight. But yeah, Reed Palantia, it makes a great point. I think that I fell into that. Like, okay, so what were your thoughts on The Force Awakens?
My thoughts on The Force Awakens. Well, at first I was geeking out, okay? I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Do you know how many times I watched the movie on the theaters? 5.
I watched it 6, I think. So.
Oh my God, no! I took every single person I knew because that's what Star Wars fans do. Oh my God, you gotta watch this movie. Oh my God, you gotta watch this movie. I took every single person. I watched it 5 times. So obviously, the movie has flaws. We all know it's kind of the same thing as A New Hope. But you know what? I was excited because I thought, I mean, we're gonna see Luke back, and you know. The one thing that I really hated about the film is the way that they killed off Han without giving the fans a proper reunion. So that's my biggest, the one thing that was like, oh man. But I felt that movie, I mean, the movie feels like Star Wars, you know, and I was super excited for The Last Jedi. I did not expect that I would hate The Last Jedi. You know, I was geeking out on trailers. I was just talking about it to everyone. I was like, oh my God, and the people just shut up, Vivian, you know. So I enjoyed it. I don't think that is a perfect film. Obviously, it's not. But yeah, I had a lot of fun, and it got me really excited for the franchise. But unfortunately, right now, looking back at it, I think it kind of destroyed The Force Awakens. The Last Jedi destroyed The Force Awakens. Now I'm not excited anymore, you know? Yeah,
that's exactly how I feel. I do think that that Reed makes a great point, though. I mean, you know, we waited. The build up to The Force Awakens was like nothing. I mean, it was incredible. All of the hype, the trailers were amazing. The anticipation, Disney was saying all the right things. They were marketing everything perfectly. Force Friday that happened, I think, in September of 2015. You had all of the announcements, and the hype was incredible. And so I think that a lot of us that definitely were giving it a lot of leeway, myself included. You know, there were things that happened in the movie I didn't like at the time, but I was like, you know, it's fine. You know, they're going to tell their story, and I'm going to trust the filmmakers to do what they are seeking out to do. And unfortunately, then The Last Jedi happened, and you're like, okay, so they really had no plan. They had no plan. This is basically what this comes down to.
Isn't that shocking?
Huh?
Isn't that shocking?
It is. It's unbelievable. I'm like, how do you purchase the biggest, most important IP of all time, and you don't talk to your directors about the trilogy, and you don't collaborate, and you don't have some type of continuity? It's just unbelievable to me. I don't know how this happens. You know, like it's so frustrating.
Yeah, Star Wars is not a ping pong ball. Just here you go, here you go. I was like, seriously, yeah. I think that the biggest problem is their lack of training. Is also their arrogance. You know, they think that the brand is so established that you could give the fans whatever they want, and we would just absorb it. Well, now they have it. The toy sales went down. The DVD sales, the Blu-ray sales went down. You know, Solo flopped, first flopped. You know, they're paying the price now.
Yeah, definitely. All right, the Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey says Gunn has a problem with minorities that can't fit where he wants them to. If you try that with Leia, I will report you. I don't know exactly what point you're trying to make. But and I know a lot of people, like when we watched the High Council last night, that new information on James Gunn came out with him, I guess, abusing his midget girlfriend. Did you hear about this, Vivian?
No, I didn't.
I'll send you the link afterwards. It's some weird stuff, man. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. And I was going to make a video on it, and I decided I just didn't want to deal with it. It's a weird story. So for everybody that heard me say on the High Council that I thought about making a video on it, I didn't want to deal with it. I'm sure more stuff's going to come out on this, but I'm trying to move on from the James Gunn stuff. So if it's the more that the cast runs their mouth, though, it makes it worse. But that particular story, if I was going to cover that one, I might just do that on my personal channel, because I was just like, at this point, it's just, I didn't like it. Once you read it, Vivian, you're going to feel the same way. I'm sure it's a really weird story. So, Kylo's nipples. I was the best part of The Last Jedi. Oh man, what the hell? That's funny. Jeff the Iron Wolf, The Expanse equals diversity done right. That's what I hear. Have you seen The Expanse?
No,
I haven't either. That's what I've been hearing. It's done right though. I'll go back to Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is diversity done right.
I haven't finished. I just watched like a couple of episodes, and I haven't. I was like, well, this is kind of cool.
Oh yeah, for Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
You've got to finish Cobra Kai. It is amazing. It is amazing. What's my personal channel? My personal channel is D-Day Cobra, DDAYCOBRA. I don't have a link on me right now. I think I've got like 1,200 subscribers. I hardly ever post over there just because I'm so busy. But if you guys want to sub, I'll do an occasional upload over there. All right. Ivan Ortega. Hey, Viv. Hugs to you. Stay awesome. Jay is racist.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see Ivan's cut. I can't wait.
Yep. Ivan's the man. So, yeah, good old Ivan. Ivan and I are going to be heading down to Walt Disney World soon, hopefully, if everything can work out. And we're going to film some footage down there, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm looking forward to it. Ivan, I'm going to watch your Resistance trailer cut after this is over. I'm excited to see what you did with it. Joseph Cinnadano says, Rian Johnson's goose is more than cooked. The money behind the SJW movement is about to dry up in a big way. Good things are coming, Jeremy QAnon. I hope so, Joseph. I hope so. I mean, look, if you look at what's going on, there's no way they can move forward with this business model. It's done. It's done. It's over. Nope. Like, Rian Johnson's trilogy is not happening based on everything we've seen. Kathleen Kennedy's not in power based on everything we've seen. There's no way, in my opinion. What do you think at this point, Vivian? Do you think there's any way that we get Rian Johnson's trilogy?
It would be, I don't think so. Who is going to watch it? Half of the fandom that defends The Last Jedi? I mean, I cannot even say that it's half. I don't think so. They can clearly see that people are not going to support him. I cannot even see this guy's face. I'm like, you ruined Star Wars.
It's true. It's true.
No, I can't. He's so arrogant. He's no way. I was like, seriously?
Yeah. MW77, Rian Johnson and JJ are both awful writers. I'll defend JJ a little bit, but yeah, I'm not going to, I don't think he's the best writer, but I mean, like I said, I've enjoyed a lot of JJ Abrams stuff. I enjoyed Mission Impossible 3. I enjoyed Lost. I enjoyed Super 8. I enjoyed The Force Awakens upon the first viewing, and the first mini viewings. But I don't think he's like all-time great, but I think he's fine. And most of the projects he's involved with, I enjoy. A lot of the shows that he's indirectly involved with and things like that. So, but Rian Johnson's just a troll at this point. He's just a troll.
He's definitely a troll.
I don't think Rian Johnson had any interest in making a good Star Wars movie. He had interest in destroying it, and that's exactly what he did. So, all right.
I always got the feel that he thinks he could do better than George Lucas, and that's why I don't really like him. Don't you feel that he always like I could do better than George Lucas, and that's why he did what he did. With the whole like your Snoke theory sucks. All these little that guy is just.
Well, he's got that classic elitist mentality.
Right.
Like he thinks he's better than everybody. And he thinks that you're beneath him. And that's how he talks. That's how he responds. That's how he does his storytelling. And he does not really acknowledge any flaws of his. He's got a really elitist attitude about him. And it's drives me crazy, man. It really does. He's I know people are going to take this and go, "Oh, Jeremy's talking about violence." It's a saying, and if you don't understand what I'm saying, that's your fault. But it's never been more true. Rian Johnson has a punchable face. He just does. He just does. Like, it's never been more evident. That saying applies to him so much. No, I'm not advocating violence. It's a saying. Okay, SJWs, chill. Do
you have any hopes for episode 9?
No, none. As a J.J. Abrams fan, as someone that was very invested in this trilogy when it began, none. I don't have any interest. I don't have any hope. I don't understand I don't know what there's to be excited about, you know? I mean, they ruined everything. Everything that was set up in The Force Awakens was ruined by The Last Jedi, and it didn't leave any interesting stories to be told into episode 9. I have no interest. What about you?
I mean, I like to look at things positively. You know, I like to think positive, but yeah, it's very hard with Star Wars because they killed off Luke. You know, one of the biggest, my biggest interest is to see Luke. You know, we already know what happened to Leia, Carrie Fisher in real life. It's very hard to be excited. I understand your point of view, and also I like JJ as well, like you said. But you know, if I look back at Lost, remember the end of Lost? He didn't really resolve it very well, and if that's going to be the end of
now one thing I'll defend him on that is he wasn't involved with Lost after now this is a big thing on the internet. A lot of people blame him for Lost, and I like the end of Lost, but he was not involved with Lost after the first few episodes, after the first season. He basically created it, he set it up in motion, and then after that it was, I can't remember the guy's name. The chat will let me know. The guy that was responsible for the creative direction. He also wrote, I think, Into Darkness. I'm trying to remember his name now. He's very infamous. A lot of people don't like him. So JJ wasn't really responsible for the end of Lost. And so a lot of people run with that, and they think that he was because he was attached to it. He created it. But
right.
he said in several interviews that he had nothing to do with it after the first season. So but I enjoyed Lost. I know a lot of people didn't.
I enjoyed it too. I didn't enjoy it as much as the ending. The ending, I was like, oh, that's it.
yeah. Damon Lindelof, that's it. Damon Lindelof is who I'm talking about. And Lindelof is the one that really was involved in the creative aspect. Because if you go back, there's interviews you can pull up with J.J. Abrams during Lost happening when he was on Howard Stern's show, and Howard Stern was like, what the hell is going on in the show? What the hell? And JJ's always like, I'm not involved. You got to talk to Lindelof and whoever the other guy was. JJ was constant, like, I'm not involved. I have nothing to do with this anymore. So if you want to know what's going on with those guys, talk to them. And so yeah, he definitely wasn't involved with the end of it. But I didn't like the end of Lost the first time I watched it. Especially the whole last season, I didn't like it the first time I watched it. The second time I watched it, I got more context and perspective on it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, but the first few seasons of Lost are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Wow, so maybe there's hope. Maybe he'll create some magic.
Well, yeah, but the problem is my problem with JJ right now is the fact that you started this trilogy off. And yes, he walked in the door. At that point, Kathleen Kennedy had already decided we're not moving with George Lucas's sequel trilogy, which was a monumental mistake on every single possible level. And so he walked in the door, and they had already given him, you know, the basic idea of what they were trying to create. They want to focus on these new characters and all that stuff. So he walked in the door, and that's what he had to work with. I think he did a fine job. But through the creative process, I feel like he should have been, you know, he was a producer on The Last Jedi. And we all know producer doesn't, sometimes that can mean a lot, and sometimes that can mean nothing. But he was involved with it, and his story beats, his setup was closely tied to what happened in The Last Jedi. And at no point did he just grab Rian Johnson by the neck and go, bro, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Like, right. all the things I set up, you're ignoring. That's my problem with JJ right now.
Right, but didn't you hear a rumor that he doesn't get along with Kathleen Kennedy? Did you hear this rumor going around?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard. You're talking about JJ, right?
Yes, because that's really true. That means he wouldn't have any power over, because it really seems like Kathleen Kennedy just said, here you go, Rian Johnson, genius. Star Wars is yours. Because, I mean, it's only one man's job there, you know? And
that's true.
You can see Kathleen Kennedy's finger all over it, you know?
That is true. The rumors I heard was that Bob Iger was very unhappy with he was very happy with JJ. He was very unhappy with Rian Johnson, and then Iger tried to explain to Kathleen Kennedy that you're going down the wrong path here, and Kathleen Kennedy wouldn't listen. And so at some point, and I don't know how, again, it's just a rumor, but and Iger at some point decided, I've just got to let this woman, you know, fail because she's not going to listen. And so that's the rumor I heard. So does it make sense? It does make some sense, especially considering JJ came back for episode 9. But I just feel like at this point, everything that they can do with episode 9 to make it right, I'm going to feel like it's going to be tainted. You know what I mean? It's all going to be tainted, and I can't really buy into any of it. So let me catch up on a couple of these super chats really quick. Where we at? Okay, Obi-Wan27883 says TFA feels nothing like Star Wars. It felt like a Star Trek movie, but with some Star Wars characters awkwardly shoved into it with recycled plot points. I don't really agree with you there. I understand where you're coming from. I don't agree. I mean, if anything, JJ's Star Trek felt like Star Wars within the Star Trek universe. That's what a lot of the criticism was about JJ's Star Trek, is it felt too much like Star Wars. So I felt like TFA did have a Star Wars feel. You know, I know a lot of people may disagree with me on that, but you know, Vivian, you just said it, you know, it definitely had a feel for you on Star Wars. And so I felt that it had the Star Wars feel for sure. And it did, but if recycle plot points and stuff like that, but that kind of goes into the point that even if they were recycled plot points, it was still recycled plot points from Star Wars. So it still had to kind of feel like Star Wars. All right, where are we at? Joseph Sinodato, James Gunn is the beginning. Hollywood sickness and depravity will be exposed soon. Stay tuned. A storm is coming. QAnon. And yeah, and I know about QAnon. QAnon's got a lot of stuff that's came to light, so it's interesting. I'm not saying whatever. I'm just saying it's interesting if that's the type of stuff you like watching, and I do. So Jedi Rider, yo, Jeremy, did you see the Mario Kart Fast and Furious 8 style trailer I shared with you on Twitter? I saw the tweet. I didn't check it yet. I didn't watch it yet, but I did see your tweet, and I am going to go back and, I mean, of course, my Twitter just stays buried notifications, but I did see it. I didn't watch the video, but I saw the tweet, so thank you for that. The Cobra Viper, Jeremy, about time you got some more class on here. There you go, Vivian. Got you a compliment.
Thank you.
Now, the Cobra Viper he lives to troll me. So the fact that he lives to troll me, yet he wants to compliment you, is a major step for him. So and it says a lot about you that he wasn't even willing to troll you just to troll me. So let's see. The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey. Sorry, Jeremy, my last super chat was I apologize. No need to apologize, man. No need. Joseph Sinodato, Google QAnon and get red pilled by the dirty criminal money behind SJWs. Over 40,000 sealed indictments against criminals in the government and Hollywood have been filed. SJW Hollywood is finished. Like I said, that QAnon stuff is interesting if you want to check that out. I'm not saying it's all true. I'm not standing by it. I'm just saying it's interesting if you want to check that out. OJ Crusader, Jedi, Luke, Han, Leia, Chewie, Lando, R2-D2, 3PO. These are the characters we were looking for. Saw TFA 4 times, The Last Jedi once, and he said that was one too many. Hey, Vib, love your channel.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, and that was the problem. I mean, again, I looked at The Force Awakens, and while I didn't get everything I wanted, I believed that they would get us to where I wanted us to go eventually. And so, so yeah, in hindsight, it's easy to look back and go, well, maybe they should have started out with the old characters, and they clearly should have. But if The Force Awakens, I mean, if the Last Jedi would have been received like The Force Awakens, I just don't think we'd be in this mess. I just don't.
No.
So
I actually, after all this mess with The Last Jedi, I wish that the story would have been like thousands of years in the future, so all our beloved characters would be legends. Because if their intention was to bring them back and humiliate them like that, I mean, I'd rather not have seen that. Like, can you actually unseen Luke Skywalker squeezing milk from that stupid alien? I just like, that's like a horror film for me. Okay, like it plays over and over again in my mind. I was like, no, no.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't really. What went through their head when they did that? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
That thing cost thousands and like millions. I don't even know. Like, apparently that scene with the sea thing, it cost a lot of money. It's just for like a cheap gag. You know, everything about that movie was cheap gag. It's infuriating.
All right. So Star Wars for Life says, you're saying you're spelling Jerry, but you know it's Jeremy. But anyway, Jeremy, please ask her what her opinion is on episode 9 and what she thinks has to be done to fix it. Please, please, please. Okay, so what do you have any thoughts on how they can fix it, episode 9?
Well, it's hard to say how they could fix it without just saying what I wanted to happen, you know? But what I would like to happen, I would like to not have Luke Skywalker dead, because I don't think that the way that he went is not the way Luke Skywalker should go. And to be very honest with you, I think it's a very lazy way to start a film, but I really wish it would start off as a bad dream. And I wish that nothing from The Last Jedi ever happened, because seriously, you're going to tell me that Luke Skywalker is now he's a murderer. Like, it doesn't matter. Listen, there's no way that you can convince me that that's the same Luke Skywalker. We know people change, whatever. They wanted to do a Luke Skywalker, whatever, but it's all to do with the execution. So I think that going forward, I think they should redeem Luke Skywalker somehow. I don't know how they're going to do it. So this is the only thing that would please me. Also, I think that they should redeem Leia, you know, because the floating Leia, it was just terrible. And I also think that they need to go back to what Star Wars was, okay? And forget about the stupid gag. You know, this is not a Marvel film, okay? Marvel is its own thing. Like, why can't you, and Star Wars has always been its own thing. Why can't you just, but I don't know. These people have lack of creativity. So I would like to see Luke Skywalker redeemed. I would like to see character arcs. You know, I would like to see Rey being more of a character that is just, not everything is just given to her for free. She needs to work hard to get her powers. I'd like to see her train. And I would like right now an explanation. Why the hell is she so strong the way she is? Why?
Yep.
Why can't you explain to us? I mean, we have been watching Star Wars for, I've been watching ever since I was maybe a baby. You know, my dad is a crazy Star Wars fan, and that's how I got into Star Wars. Now we know that like Jedis, they always had to train in order to learn the ways of the Force, right? But right now in this new direction, they don't need to train anymore. It's like an app. It goes with the flow. You download an app. Now I'm a Jedi, guys. You know, seriously, like it doesn't work that way. We still wanted to see progression. You know, like a character arc. And I liked Rey. This is coming from a person that liked Rey. I was like, I want to see. You know, I was excited for her, but now I think they need to redeem her as well. You know, so these things I want to see Luke Skywalker redeemed. I don't know how. I want to see Rey redeemed because they destroyed her too. Leia redeemed. And then I hope that they don't destroy, you know, Lando. We know Lando is back. Yeah, and that's kind of it. And I don't know how I feel about this being the end of the Skywalker saga. How do you feel about this?
Oh man, I'm not happy about it at all. And I'll give you my little pitch that I gave. I've made a few videos talking about, you know, Luke Skywalker has to be alive. He just has to be. But I did say, let's just, in theory, if they're not going to bring him back, because I don't see a way how they can, but just for hypothetical reasons, I was like, if they're not going to bring Luke Skywalker back, this is the best pitch I can come up with. And I'm not saying it'll fix it, but this is the best thing I can come up with. Episode 9 needs to happen 5 years after The Last Jedi. 5 years. A lot of time has passed. It opens up, and we open up with Finn and Poe on a mission somewhere. And within the first 3 minutes of this movie opening, Kylo shows up. Kylo has been fully trained. He's a completely different character. His mask is on. It's got battle scars all over it. And Kylo, without Poe and Finn saying a word, Kylo kills him. Boom. Just slices them in half. Done. And they're never mentioned again. Like, and you're like, oh shit. Okay. wow, okay, business is picking up. And of course, Kylo has the Knights of Ren there. That's how the movie starts out. Within the first 30 minutes, Kylo and Rey have to, I don't care how it happens, they have to find each other and they have to fight. And Kylo has to beat the living hell out of her. Like, beat the hell out of Rey. Beat her, break her ribs, kick her, break her legs, beat the hell out of her and leave her for dead. And then at that point, then somehow she has to find Luke Skywalker through the Force. And she has to go through all of these trials and tribulations to, you know, rebuild herself and train herself and go deep within the Force to learn these ways. And then eventually, you know, Kylo and Rey would fight again. And, you know, Rey would beat Kylo after all the training she had to go through after the beatdown. And a lot of people said, Jeremy just described The Dark Knight Rises. And I know that it kind of is The Dark Knight Rises. But the point is they need to kill off Poe and Finn. And not because I really hate Poe and Finn. It's not really about that. It's about setting a standard to go, Kylo Ren don't give a mother F anymore. Kylo Ren, this is a new Kylo Ren. This ain't Twilight Kylo Ren. You know what I mean? This is a badass Kylo Ren. And so, but that's how, that's the best thing I can come up with.
I mean, they have to do something similar to, you know, that would be a good pitch, because right now the First Order is a joke. I mean, yes. Seriously, can you look at Kylo Ren and feel the same thing you feel when looking at Darth Vader? I get chills when you talk about Darth Vader. Like, Kylo Ren was supposed to be the new Darth Vader, and this is like, it's just a joke. Again, cheap gag. They don't even know how to write the story. And now that other guy, what's his other name? The one that just yells.
Who's that? Oh, Hux?
Yeah.
Hux? Yeah.
What's up with that guy? Like, what the?
It's so bad. It's so bad. And so... yeah, so that was a good question, though, about, you know, about episode 9. I mean, there's a lot of theories out there, and I feel ultimately it's a lost cause. I feel like it's a lost cause. AJ Goes Films, Jeremy, I did tweet you from the Andy Ghost 73 Twitter about 22 hours ago about the Chris Pratt being interviewed by James Gunn, about James Gunn firing, with a link in the video. I've already seen that one where he's just talking about it's a tough time and all that stuff. I remember seeing the tweet that you sent me, and I had already seen that video, and I appreciate it, AJ. Mattuine says, hey, Viv, Jeremy, I'm pretty sure Disney realized Resistance was subpar and put that 10 p.m. slot like sweeping crumbs under the rug. Add that to Filoni moving to other things. Wink, wink, go Vols. I think they know. I think they know they've screwed up. And yes, I'm going to drop a link to Viv's channel once again here. Boom. And so make sure you guys are subbing. Are you getting any subs, Viv? Are you checking it? Are you able to see?
No, I'm actually watching our live on the
Oh, okay. No, don't click off yet. We'll see. Hopefully you've gotten hopefully you get a few out of this. So Jedi Rider, the Last Jedi audiobook is a nightmare to listen to. I barely listened to 3 chapters and now I'm regretting buying it 5 months ago. I'm regretting going to see the Last Jedi 3 times opening weekend. That's the last I saw it. I saw
it 3 times.
Well, so we had the
God, how could you sit through that? I saw it once and I wanted to vomit.
So here's I already purchased the tickets, and I was so convinced this movie was going to be great. So we did the first ever like really big Geeks and Gamers meetup here in Pensacola. So we had like 40 people at the theater that night for opening night, and I have a good relationship with the theater, so we had a booth set up. We were giving prizes away. We had a lot. I got to speak to the theater before the movie started. So all of these viewings I had pre-planned with different people, you know what I mean? And I did not want to accept, because it was our big meetup weekend. And along with the fact that I love Star Wars, I just was not willing to accept that I hated the movie. You know what I mean? I just wasn't willing to allow this to happen, because I'm like, this is a special weekend. We have a lot of, you know, awesome things going on. I don't want to look back on this weekend and remember it for being a disastrous weekend. You know, I tried so hard, and yeah, it sucked. And I wanted to not acknowledge that, because like I said, it was a really cool experience for our community. And a lot of people got to meet me for the first time. And it was a great weekend until reality set in. So sad, but true. Wolfman Jack says they're really they really just need a new trilogy that takes place in between 6 and 7 that uncanonizes the current trilogy into being a separate timeline. Let's be honest, what we have is unsalvageable. It really probably is. Like, I really don't see a realistic scenario from Disney's perspective where they could actually fix it. I just don't. I mean, again, we have our scenarios and everything like that. So let's see. Alan Sparks says, "Holy shit! I went to a Bayou 15 opening night. Were you there?" In the Alan, were you there when I spoke to the theater prior to the movie? Because we gave away a bunch of Geeks and Gamers shirts that night. It was in the IMAX. We were in the IMAX theater. So, but it was great. We had a lot of fun. So it's cool if you were there. I'm trying to see what I'm missing. Yeah, but on a realistic in a realistic scenario, Vivian, do you think that it's salvageable? I don't. In a realistic scenario,
I think right now, yeah, realistically speaking, probably not, because a lot of the people are just out of spite that don't even want to go see it because they're still mad, you know. And there's a lot of people, at least people that talk to me, they don't want to see it, you know. They got really. Is that thing like that thing that you really love and someone just go and breaks it, you know? So I think a lot of people are not yet convinced that they could do something, that they could fix Star Wars. But my wish is that it will be fixable. That's what I wish, because I want to go back to the good old times where we actually are talking about theories again, or being excited about, you know, a movie coming out and things like that. That's what I truly wish. But if realistically speaking, I don't know. I have a question for you. Did you hear about this man that is making a documentary about the backlash?
I don't think so.
I received an email today about this producer, and I probably will make a video and address this. So there is a person that he was on a lawsuit with Disney because he was making a fan film. And he won the lawsuit, and now he will be making a video addressing the backlash on The Last Jedi. And I think that would be very interesting because, you know, it will involve, and the email says that we'll be talking about the shield media and how the media portrayed the fans as the villains of the whole story, because that's exactly what Lucasfilm did, right? They're all righteous, you know, they're the best people. They're not hypocritical. They worry about the world. They worry about animals and women. Look at them, applaud them. But the truth is that there are a bunch of hypocrites that don't care about Star Wars and never did. They just want to shove their nasty stuff down our throats, and it's just expected people to like it.
You're 100% right. I'm going to look into that. You'll have to send me some info on that.
Yeah, so, I was like, what? When I got the email, this is really interesting. I was like, yes, please do this documentary. I'll definitely support it.
So, big time super chat. Holy hell. Sanja Stramoda. Wow. Thank you so much. I hope that you meant to send that, and I appreciate it. So let me read this off. When it comes to Resistance, I don't think Filoni was ever really all that into it. With the way Rebels ended and the questions it raised, I think it's clear he had a story that he wanted to tell, but it was probably told to make a sequel-related series. I'm not surprised that he pulled away. Great point, because now, have you seen Rebels?
I have started seeing, but I'm still on like season 2 or 3. I haven't finished.
Okay, so I won't go into details about the Rebels finale. I'll be vague about it because I don't want you to know.
Someone already spoiled. There's something to do with like time travel and something like that, right?
Oh, well, that's not quite the end, but there is. Yeah, but that is part of the final season. Have you made to the season 2 finale? Which is okay. So you've seen. I don't want to say. It's something with Ahsoka and a certain villain.
Oh yes, I've seen that.
Okay, that's like one of my favorite moments in Star Wars history. I love it so much. But
Ahsoka great. I think
yes. Oh, she's the best. She's the best. So what Sonja's talking about here is exactly what I've thought. When you look at the end of Rebels, whether you liked Rebels or not, like I know a lot of people were kind of Rebels didn't have the consistency of the Clone Wars for me, but it had some incredibly high moments, and overall I enjoyed Rebels. But the ending of Rebels was clearly setting up for something else to be told. And I'm not going to go into detail since you haven't seen it yet, but you all know what I'm talking about if you've seen the end of Rebels. It's clearly setting up for something that we all wanted to see. The end of Rebels gave me chills. It made me excited for the next chapter. It did everything The Last Jedi didn't do. It made me excited for the next chapter. Clearly, Filoni was setting something up there, and they tasked him with this resistance crap that was, they basically were like, hey, Dave, the sequel trilogy sucks and we need you to fix it, basically is how that felt, you know, with resistance. And so I think you're spot on. And by the way, thank you for the amazing super chat. I really appreciate that. And so it said it was hit and miss for me. I'm assuming you're talking about Rebels. And I agree. Like, how are you feeling about Rebels at this point, Vivian?
Right now, I like it. You know, at first I was like, am I going to be liking these characters? But yes, that's the problem. Like people, when you start introducing characters in a right way, people will get into it. You know, like it's the same thing when I first started seeing the Clone Wars. I was like, who's Ahsoka? And I thought she was a little bit annoying, but then later I freaking loved her. I thought she was so cool. And I was, that's what we call progression, and that's what the movies are missing. And that's, you know, this is what they think. Here's purple hair, you have to like her. Here's Rose Tico, you have to like her. And where is the progression? Okay, like you're giving other characters more screen time and expect people to just automatically like them, but you're not even giving us the journey or the progression. It doesn't work that way. So that's why I really enjoyed Rebels. I think now I'm really starting to like the characters, and yeah, I can't wait to finish.
Yeah, I liked the first season of Rebels, but I didn't love it, and it was hard for me to get through at first. But that happened to me with Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad too. It was like it took me a little while to get into those series, and with Rebels, it was just like I had such an attachment to the Clone Wars. So that first season of Rebels, it was just like I couldn't connect to the characters that well. And then season 2, obviously things pick up. Season 2 finale is one of the greatest moments in Star Wars history. And then it has great moments though. The high moments in Rebels are better than the high moments in the Clone Wars, but the Clone Wars is more consistent. So I'm actually excited for you to continue finishing it. And I'll get you. I'd love to get your thoughts when you wrap it up, because it's really good. It's really good. The finale, and the World in Between Worlds episode. It's good stuff. So, but yeah, again, thank you for the super chat. And thank you and I agree with everything you said within that super chat. And it's good points. And there's a reason Dave Filoni, 2 days before the Resistance trailer came out, said, yeah, I'm not really involved with this. Just so you know, I'm not really involved with this. So,
something of it when you heard him saying that?
Do what now?
Did you think something of it when you automatically heard that he was not involved like that?
I didn't think anything of it in terms of specific to the show. I didn't think like, oh crap, this must be bad. What I thought of that when I heard that was, number one, I have no reason to be excited for Resistance if that's the case. But number two, I was like, what else could he be doing then? And obviously we know he's working on the Clone Wars, but what else could he be working on? And I'm hoping that that's more of a creative role. Huh?
Replacing Kathleen Kennedy, perhaps?
Yes. Oh, we can only hope. So that's what I took from it. All right. So ST Rome says, hey, Jeremy, would you do a Mario Kart CARP tournament on live stream? We could get everybody switched friend codes and have a community tournament. 100% I would do that. 100% I would do that. I would love to do that, actually. If we can get enough. I mean, I've sent my friend code out on the community tab here on the Geeks and Gamers channel, and I've gotten a ton of requests. So I think we have enough people to pull it off. So if I could, I might set a future date up, and we could do that, and we could stream it. I would totally be down with that. I love the idea. Restricted Gamer, been subbed to Viv for a while. Is there any hope that she becomes a regular on Geeks and Gamers? Sorry, can't compete with that high roller over there. Don't worry about that. All super chats are appreciated, so they all mean the world. And all of your comments, I read your comments, even if they're not super chats. I'm reading everything. So every comment, every like, every person that supports these channels, it all matters. So, but now. Yeah, I mean, I would love to have more of Vivian on the channel. She's pretty busy, you know. She's going to school. She's got a lot going on. She has her own YouTube channel. So her and I will definitely have that discussion after the fact. So let me know, though. I'm sure, like, if you're serious question, if you're in favor of Vivian being a contributor here, on the Geeks and Gamers channel, let me know in the comments. Let her know in the comments if you want to see more of her here. Are you interested in that?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. All right. So
yeah,
we will definitely have more discussions about that. I'm working on getting a schedule for everyone here, so everybody can, be prepared. Like Odin's doing Sundays now. I've got videos from Jesse. I've got videos from SE Reviews right now. I think we're going to put Ivan on Mondays. And so I just got to get with everybody and talk out the details. But it looks like everybody is overwhelmingly would love to see you on the channel. So yeah. So it looks like it's going to happen, guys. Looks like that's going to happen.
Chat.
And then you're going live. Have you decided if you're for sure going live tonight?
I want to go live later tonight, so you guys can tune in.
Okay. You know what time yet?
Around 8 p.m.
8 p.m. So that'd be Eastern, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 8 p.m. Eastern. So what time? So it's 6 p.m. So you got about an hour and 40 minutes from now, you're going to go live on your channel, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So hour and 40 minutes from now, which is 8 p.m., she's going to go live on her channel. I'm going to drop another link. So you guys make sure you subscribe to her. And let's see. Wolfman Jack said, Jeremy, I'd love to see Viv more often. Better than your ugly face. Vicious. Gosh. Do you guys want me to just go? You just want me to go full EVS and just point the camera at the tablet? Is that what you're looking for? I'm very hurt by this. I'm very, I'm not. I don't care. There's Teresa Martin. There's Cody. Jeremy, did you like Mario Kart Wii? Loved the motorcycle aspect. I did love Mario Kart Wii. My big problem with Mario Kart Wii was the fact that that was the first one where it was really dumbed down. And the skill aspect was taken out of it, but I definitely still enjoyed it. If it's Mario Kart, man, Mario Kart's like pizza. It's all good. It's all good. Even that gas station pizza that's been sitting there for 6 hours and you're hungry, that's still good pizza. Still. I'm assuming you're a pizza fan, right, Vivian?
Yes, of course. I mean, I love pizza.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see. Bear Tosser says subscription to Viv added. So definitely. All right. Awesome. So make sure you're doing that. Mario Kart SNES is the best. I can't argue with that. I mean, I kind of go back and forth between Mario Kart Super Nintendo and Mario Kart Double Dash and obviously 8 because 8 is just so polished and all of the accessibility online is a game changer. But I tend to lean just on pure gameplay. I tend to lean to Super Nintendo version and Double Dash because skill still matters in those games. It doesn't matter as much in Mario Kart 8 because of the AI and the rubber banding and all that stuff. So the problem with Mario Kart Wii is it wasn't Double Dash. I agree with that. All right, so where are we at? So we're probably going to wrap this up in the next maybe 10 minutes because, I know you want to get ready for, your live stream a little bit later on your channel. And then, when we end this on live, we'll definitely discuss more options for your future here. But yeah, you definitely have an open invitation to create some content here for Geeks and Gamers, and hopefully it can shine some more light on your channel. I think you've been great here on the live stream. It sounds like everybody's happy with you. So,
well, thank you. That's been great.
Yeah. So if you guys have any final questions in these final 10 minutes, let us know. We've consistently had about 400 viewers tonight, so that's great. And then once the live stream uploads, we'll get more viewers. I'll definitely put a link to your channel in the description below. Let's see. Freddie Primo. Yes, one of my favorite YouTubers, Viv, on Geeks and Gamers. Gas station sushi rules. I've never had gas station sushi. Have you?
No.
That doesn't sound good.
Sounds like food poisoning.
Let's see. Let me see. Roll Tide, stay flashing. I bet Vivian doesn't know what Roll Tide means, do you?
Nope.
Yeah, that's football. We'll leave that out of here because everybody will get mad. So.
I'm a soccer fan. Sorry, I'm from Brazil.
Okay. Hey, Sports Wars. I had Anna make a soccer video for the Sports Wars channel, so we definitely need more soccer coverage. All right, Scott B. Jeremy, thoughts on our Lord of the Rings franchise? Thoughts? I love the Lord of the Rings movies. I'm not I don't know a lot about it prior to when I watched the movies, but I think the Lord of the Rings trilogy is probably the pinnacle of filmmaking. what Peter Jackson was able to pull off with those movies. The score, the acting, the world building, the character building. Gandalf is one of my all-time favorite movie characters. What are your thoughts on the Lord of the Rings franchise?
Love the Lord of the Rings. I have in many forms. I have DVDs, I have Blu-rays. I think it's incredible, just like you said. It's some of those things that when I read the books, I said, how could someone even make this a movie? But they did it, and they did it very well. So yes, I love the Lord of the Rings. I think Gandalf is the, when people are saying, oh, look, it's too old to be kicking ass. No, he's not. Just look at Gandalf.
Thank you.
How old is Gandalf? No one even knows, Obviously, they could do something really cool with it. So yes, I think the Lord of the Rings, awesome. Now there's a new Amazon series coming on. Do you think that's going to be any good?
The budget that's attached to that series, the last I heard, they were trying to get Peter Jackson involved. I can't remember if Peter Jackson is going to be involved, but with the budget that they're putting to this, it better be good. I mean, they're putting a lot of money behind it. I can't remember the specific figure, but I remember when I saw it, I was like, holy crap, they're putting that much of a budget to this. So clearly they're investing a lot of capital into it. So I'm hoping that it's good. I'm looking forward to it. I can't remember if Peter Jackson's going to be involved or not. That's obviously going to play a big role into it. Now I know a lot of people are going to say, well, he was involved with the Hobbit movies, and because I like the Hobbit, I know they stretched those movies out way too far beyond the books. I enjoyed them for what they were, but they definitely were. They pale in comparison to the Lord of the Rings. So Lord of the Rings are just masterpieces, incredible. Let me see. What do you think the average age of your views are, Jeremy? Must be viewers. I mean, I think we probably have a little bit of an older crowd around here. Because I hear a lot of people talk about, growing up with the original trilogy, growing up with G.I. Joe, Transformers. So I think we're probably in the maybe 25 to 35 range. I mean, but again, that's just a guesstimate. I would have to look at my analytics, and I've never really looked at the age breakdown of our analytics, but that's what I would guess. So because I know we have an older crowd here. So let's see. The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey is sending me stuff that I can't say. So I don't even know what that says. SELGAE raw. I have no idea what that says. Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey's always messing with me on Twitter about not being able to read. But when you're typing things that aren't words, how am I supposed to read them? This is racism is what it is, because I'm a white male, isn't it? It's because I'm white male. It's discrimination. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat now. So see, we have like an older crowd around here, which I like, because if you have a crowd full of 12-year-olds, they're going to grow up and stop caring about you at some point. So when you have that, mid 20s to, early 30s or early 40s, late 40s, 50s, whatever, that's the crowd. They're going to support you because, they're not going to be doing any maturing or changing. They've already went through that phase of their life. You know what I mean? So now we do have a 137-year-old here, which is really impressive, actually. Wow. It's really impressive. Yeah. Really impressive age right there. All right. And let's see. Anubis Network sends another super chat. I appreciate that. You sent one earlier. Pizza for everyone, says Christopher Mills. Well, we definitely want pizza. So no, is the future of your channel, I mean, are you looking to become a full-time YouTuber? I know you're going to school for your master's. And what are you going to school for? Just so everyone can kind of get to know you a little more.
I'm going to school for cinematography and film arts. So I already have a degree in film, and now I'm getting deeper into the production. So yes, I would love to do YouTube full time, but because I have school and it takes a lot of time, so I can't, as of now, do it full time. And that's why I try to upload at least three to four times a week, as much as I can. But yeah, I love talking about entertainment, movies and TV shows, because that's what I love talking about. And I could have like hours of discussions about, these kind of subjects. So yes, hopefully in the future, who knows, if the channel is doing well, I could do it full time. I could start doing, writing stories and actually making short films and things like that. You know, maybe I'll get Ivan to add it. So I already like write some stories, but again, yes, that would be great indeed. Okay. Or do like fan things, you know, whatever people like, a fan film, that would be great too.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds good. Well, you know, it's been a pleasure having you on. I think this was a great live stream, and I hope that we've been able to. One more time, I'm going to drop a link to her channel. She's going to go live on her channel in the let's see, in an hour and a half from now. So if you want to subscribe to Hey Viv, you're going to see more of her on this channel. I'll work with her around her schedule, make sure that she's able to not feel really stressed out by like, oh, I got to get a video over to Geeks and Gamers. So we'll talk about that off air. And I'm looking forward to working with her more in the future. And it's been a great live stream. So Vivian, I hope we can push some more subs your way, and you and I will talk more. So do you have anything in closing you'd like to say?
No, just thank you very much for having me here. It was a lot of fun, great discussion, and I enjoyed it very much. Thanks everyone that came along my way to my channel as well. And yes, thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Again, I don't have it here in the link, but I'll link it in the description. But I'd like to link back to Jeff over at World Class Bullshitters and his Indiegogo campaign. You know, we're strongly supporting that. Also, I got good news yesterday. Shannon McRandall passed her second. I guess she met the minimum I guess she was looking for $10,000 basically on the second GoFundMe, and they surpassed that. Plus, we have more money that you guys donated that we're going to be giving to her. I also have one announcement to make. I'm scared to make this announcement. But I'm making it. I made the decision yesterday that once we hit 100,000 subs here on the Geeks and Gamers channel, if that happens, I'm not presuming we're going to be lucky enough for that to happen, but if that happens, we're at 77 now, I'm going to do a 24-hour live stream on this channel. 100% of the donations will go to Give Kids the World in Orlando, Florida, which is my favorite charity. I will have different members of the Geeks and Gamers team join me throughout the live stream, but I will be here the entire time. So, that's going to be a tough one, but we're going to have a lot of fun, and I will give you more information about Give Kids the World in the future. I promise you, once you see what this place does, you will definitely not mind supporting them. It's one of the most incredible places that you'll ever find, and so we're strong supporters of them. So more to come with that. And anyway, for Vivian over at Hey Viv, I'm going to drop a link to her channel one more time. No, you're not getting a topless Jeremy. I know you guys keep asking. The point is to keep viewers, not to lose them. So if I ever want to go full Mundane Matter Angry Joe, I will do a topless live stream and we will lose all our subs. But anyway, 24-hour live stream coming up in the future after we hit 100K, if we're lucky enough to get there. Vivian has been awesome. Subscribe to her channel. You guys have a great day. Go check her out in an hour and a half from now for her live stream, and we will talk to you guys later.